5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start. India is a sacred land. This statement is not merely a poetic or sentimental expression, but rather a truth that is deeply rooted in the spiritual, cultural, and philosophical traditions of the country. The land of India holds a unique place in the hearts and minds of its people. It is a country where the idea of divinity pervades every aspect of life. The air seems to carry the fragrance of devotion, the rivers flow with tales of ancient wisdom, and the mountains echo the chants of seekers who have walked this soil for thousands of years. The sacredness of India does not stem only from its religious practices, but also from the deep reverence that people hold for nature, life, and the interconnectedness of all beings. This respect for the natural world is not a modern environmental philosophy, but a way of life that has been lived and passed down through generations. The land is seen not as a possession to be used and discarded, but as a living presence, worthy of care and reverence. From the earliest times, India has been regarded as a spiritual lighthouse for the rest of the world. It is a land where the search for truth, knowledge, and liberation has always been considered the highest goal. People from distant regions have journeyed to India in pursuit of spiritual awakening. What makes this land truly sacred is the spirit of tolerance, compassion, and the belief in the unity of all existence. It is a place where people of different faiths, languages, customs, and beliefs have lived together with a sense of mutual respect. India has always held a unique view of time and existence. In Indian thought, time is not linear but cyclical. Life is not an isolated journey, but a series of births and rebirths aimed at reaching the ultimate realization of oneness with the Supreme Being. This view inspires people to live in harmony with the world around them, to act with kindness, and to seek wisdom beyond material success. The sacred nature of India is visible in its rituals, festivals, arts, and daily practices. Even in the smallest villages, one can find people performing their daily duties with a sense of devotion and offering their labor as a form of worship. Whether it is the simple act of lighting a lamp, offering flowers, or chanting prayers, every gesture is filled with meaning. It reflects a belief that the divine resides in every action when performed with sincerity. India's landscape is dotted with places of worship and spiritual significance. Every river, tree, and hill can hold sacred meaning. These natural features are not worshipped in ignorance, but with the understanding that the divine can manifest through all aspects of creation. Sacred groves, ancient trees, and rivers are protected not just as ecological treasures but as spiritual symbols. The sacredness of India is also seen in the emphasis placed on knowledge and learning. In the Indian tradition, the teacher is considered as sacred as the divine. Learning is not merely an intellectual activity but a sacred journey. The pursuit of knowledge is seen as a form of worship. This reverence for wisdom has given rise to profound philosophical systems, spiritual disciplines, and moral teachings that continue to guide people even today. India has given to the world the idea that true freedom lies within. The sacred teachings of this land emphasize inner peace, self-control, humility, and the realization of one's true nature. These teachings do not belong to one group or community, but are open to all seekers, regardless of background. This universal approach makes India not only sacred for its own people but for humanity as a whole. In the Indian worldview, all forms of life are seen as part of one great family. The cow, the elephant, the peacock, and even the serpent are seen not as mere animals but as carriers of divine qualities. This spiritual view extends to the trees, rivers, mountains, and all aspects of nature. The sun, the moon, the rain, and the wind are respected and honored. This deep ecological consciousness reflects a sacred way of living that values balance and respect for all. Indian art, music, dance, and literature are also deeply spiritual in nature. They are not simply forms of entertainment but expressions of the divine. The movements of a dancer, the notes of a musician, or the lines of a poet are often dedicated to the divine presence. These artistic expressions carry the vibration of prayer and devotion. They are created with the aim of uplifting the mind and opening the heart. Even the struggles and challenges that India has faced do not take away from its sacredness. On the contrary, they reveal the deep inner strength and resilience of its people. Throughout its long history, India has experienced invasions, colonization, and social upheaval. Yet, the spiritual essence of the land has never been destroyed. It continues to inspire hope, courage, and faith in those who call it home. The sacredness of India is also found in the way its people greet one another. When one person greets another with folded hands and a bow of the head, it is not merely a social formality. This greeting reflects a philosophy that sees all beings as manifestations of the divine, deserving of respect and love. India is not sacred because of wealth, military power, or political influence. It is sacred because it represents a way of life that honors the divine in every moment, every being, and every corner of the land. India remains a sacred land because it continues to be a place where the inner life is valued, where the soul is nourished, and where the journey of self-discovery is held as the highest purpose. In a world often driven by noise, speed, and distraction, India stands as a reminder of stillness, depth, and connection. It invites every soul to remember its true nature and to walk the path of truth, compassion, and unity. Stop.